Entrepreneurship is a roller coaster. It has these high highs, it has these low lows, and it seems like we constantly oscillate between the two. I want to talk about why this happens and what you can do to create a more enjoyable experience of running a business. Now, I used to joke that when I first started my business, it was like every hour was a switch between feeling amazing, feeling terrible, having a big win, having a big loss. And it was just this manic, every hour things would be great or poor. Over time, that became day to day. I'd have a day that was great, I'd have a day that was bad, I'd have a day that was great, a day that was bad. Then it became a few days oscillation, and then a month oscillation. And now I feel in this much more balanced space where I feel more stable. And I want to talk about why this is happening and what you can do about it, because it's something you might relate to. Part of the reason that entrepreneurship is such an emotional roller coaster is that there is so much out of your control. You think that you're able to be the one who's going to make everything happen. But the reality is you are beholden to customers, the world, problems, legal, finance, other people having a bad experience and reaching out to you, a tax problem happening. There's so much out of your control that just by the nature of growing things bigger, more people and more problems will exist in your business. The bigger the business, the more problems exist. The more people you work with, the more problems you're going to have. So it's a function of growth that problems and new problems will continuously arise. But that's not the issue. The issue isn't the problems. The issue is how you're relating to these problems. When you're an entrepreneur, it's very easy to put your entire self into the business. It's very easy to put your identity into the business. And the more you pour who you are into something, and the less of you there is outside of that business or entity that you've created, or could be even a relationship, the more likely it is that your sense of self will ride on whatever is going on externally instead of whatever is going on internally. So by only identifying who you are as what you do, by only identifying who you are as your business, then whatever is happening to that business is going to be how you feel. So when things are good, you feel good. When things are bad, you feel bad. Or when you perceive things are good, which is another interesting layer here. It's not even actually about what's happening. It's about what you perceive. When you perceive things are good in the business, you feel good. When you perceive things are bad in the business, you feel bad. And oftentimes we have more fear than even the problems that occur. So that's the crazy thing, right? It's not even just the problems that happen. It's your fear projected on a problem that might happen. So you can see how this is crazy making for any entrepreneur. So what is the way out of this? First, you need to understand the truth. And the truth is that you exist outside of your business, that you are bigger than your business. And the way I know that's true is because you were alive before you started your company, and you're likely going to be alive after you started your company. A company is just this thing. It's just like a machine. It's just a motorcycle in your garage, right? That you can go tinker on and work with. But you have this whole life. When you shut the garage door, you've got this whole life outside of your business. But that's easy to forget when you are doing everything you possibly can to make your business happen, which is oftentimes a lot of what is needed. So if you think about going into the garage, shutting the door, and getting so focused on working on this machine that you shut out everything else in your life, that is productive on some level. But the risk that you're taking in doing that is seeing your life as just this small thing in this business. And that means you don't have a diversified identity. You just identify as this one thing. So if you're somebody who instead has hobbies, has friends, enjoys things in your life outside of your work, then when something is going bad, when you can't fix the machine in the garage, you can shut the door and go, I'm going to go play baseball with my friends. And you still can feel good. It's not the only thing weighing on you. It's not the only thing weighing on your mind. And if you're trying to start the next billion-dollar company and your mindset is I have to win at all costs, then maybe this video isn't for you. Maybe you want to go shut yourself in that garage and you're willing to pay the price of that. But for many lifestyle business owners, myself included, and many people who are very successful, just not at that particular type of business, they don't really want to feel that way. And they don't want to feel so beholden to the ups and downs that will inevitably come from their business. So the way out is to start asking the question, who am I outside my work? Now, that's a deep question to ask. And it might be weird or uncomfortable to start considering that, but who are you outside of your business? Who are you if you remove the title of entrepreneur, of founder, of business owner? What else constitutes who you are? And the good thing is you have existed before, you'll exist after. There's so many things actually out there. You just need to reconnect to them. So I really do encourage hobbies, travel, interests outside of your work. And the last thing I'll say is that it makes you more objective. I've actually seen a lot of founders make better decisions about their company when they're not so emotionally attached. They can't see the forest through the trees because they're so shut in to this way of working that they can't be objective because they are their business. And when you are your business, you might not always make the best decisions about your business. It's too connected. It's too emotional. It's irrational, essentially. So diversify your identity through hobbies, through other interests, through friends, through other aspects of who you are and your identity outside of your business. And that's the way out of this constant up and down feeling. That's what's going to balance you out. I did a good job at my hobby today. I did a bad job at my business today. My business is going well. My hobby was, I was struggling to do the pottery today. Whatever it is, you have some balance because you've got some diversification of who you are. And you can always add more and expand more beyond your business. So I hope that helps. Back again with more videos like this very soon. If you have any questions or comments, you can ask, you can like, you can subscribe. Back again very soon. Later.